Hello traders, today is Monday, February the 3rd, 2025. I'm going to start the video with AFRM. Keep in mind this is not financial advice. This content is for educational purposes only. AFRM is not looking bad at all. I think after the news and we are getting from, I guess, the tariff saga, that the market is probably going to have a nice push in the next few days, at least for this week, unless there is more headlines that might push the market to the downside. But for now, we can assume that this move is probably going to continue tomorrow and maybe the next few days. Keep in mind that I think negotiations with China start tomorrow, so that could also be a catalyst to a positive catalyst, but also can be a negative catalyst if there is not enough, I guess, certainty of what is going to happen. Now, these negotiations could last a little bit longer than a day, obviously, but we'll see what we get. If we focus on what we're seeing right now, we are up 1.29% after hours. So the price is right on this, where, this little hand is. Let's go to the 5-minute and see how this was trading. So you had this dump that we had basically on Sunday night or this morning, and then we had right after the open we had buyers stepping in, and that happened in a lot of names, not in all names, but in a lot of names. AFRM was one of them, and I do think that if we break this level of resistance at 61.6, let's call it 61.5, we might be in good shape for our next leg up. So once you actually get to 61 or 61.5, you're going to be mounting that 30 SMA. Again, I moved from 35 SMA to a 30 SMA. So you will be mounting this level. And if it was at 35, it would be a little bit higher. But you will be mounting this indicator, mounting this key level at 61.5. And then you might have a nice move to the upside. MACD and TSI are not looking bad. They are not looking great, but I like the fact that they're still maintaining under the zero line and they're slowly moving to the upside. All things considered, today was a difficult day of trading, and I believe that this candle is a very positive candle. We just have to mount 61.5, and then at that point we will have a better, I guess, path towards our next level, which is 71.3. Now the next name, I'm going down and take a look at Amazon, and Amazon is not looking bad. Earnings are coming in a couple of days. I think there's on Thursday, I believe, after the bell. Yeah, Thursday, and it's looking strong. Out of all the names that we had here, especially during the trading session, Amazon and Meta were the strongest. Amazon was between green and red. Meta, of course, was pretty solid. It's still pretty solid. But now Amazon after hours is up 0.77%. I do think that they're gonna do pretty decent on earnings. Nothing is nothing is set yet, but again, I do think that earnings are gonna move us into new highs. That is just my belief. But we'll see how we behave between today and Thursday. I do think that if we have a little bit of a pullback, meaning we break support and go towards the 30 SMA, I think that in that case, it might be a good opportunity, at least for me, to get some dated calls, meaning probably September or October calls, and then ride the earnings into those with those calls. For now, I'm just waiting. The MACD and the TSI are not looking bad at all. The RSI is looking okay. This level of support at 233 is looking pretty decent, which is a previous all-time highs. So this name is looking pretty good. It's looking strong in my opinion. Again, we'll see how much of a movement we get either to the upside or the downside before earnings. But I would prefer if we consolidate somewhere around this area so I can actually play this name before earnings. Again, if I do, I don't normally buy contracts before earnings, but if I do, I would probably buy either September or October calls. Now let's move on and take a look at Bitcoin. And quite interesting. I was talking with a friend this morning, and we were looking at this candle. And the interesting thing was how buyers actually stepped in right on this level of support, basically to the dot. If you go to the 5 minute, here's where you were, right here. Let's zoom this in so you can see this better. Look at this. So you got to this level right here, and then buyers stepped in, and then the move continue to the upside for the rest of, at least until now. So we'll see how that comes in, but I love the fact that we had this very strong move, 4%, 4.16%. Every proxy is moving. Well, Wolf is not too much, but they're having a positive reaction also to the Bitcoin move. And this candle is definitely bullish. It's very bullish in my opinion. On top of that 30 SMA, on top of resistance at 100, I think nothing crazy comes around, I think we can start moving towards 110 again and maybe higher. This is a pretty good looking candle. This chart looks much better than how it was looking yesterday, to be honest, and even how it was looking this morning. Look at the week of this candle. Look what happened on this week here too. You came down under 100, you went all the way to what, 87, 89, and then you had a nice rally and you went straight into all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to witness that on the next leg. Looking pretty good in my opinion. Just be aware that we are on a headline market right now. So the market is very reactive to headlines, unfortunately. Okay, so let's take a look at Google and have a quick conversation about this. This is also another name that is looking quite strong into earnings. It went back into this level of range, which is fine in my opinion. MACD and TSI are looking very neutral on top of the zero line, which is this dotted line right here. But at the end of the day, I do think that there is definitely room for this name to continue going up. Earnings are coming tomorrow after the market. Interesting. I thought it was on Thursday. Okay. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. We'll see what kind of reaction we have tomorrow. And there might be I might actually buy like a couple of calls, and see how I do. But this is not looking bad, to be honest. The chart itself is not looking bad. Look at this trend line right here. So you have this move right here on the candles. You are on top of the 30 SMA. It's looking strong. Today it was down 0.44%, but we all know why. And you're up after hours 0.84%. Interesting. We'll see what we get tomorrow, and there might be an opportunity here. The market is also, again, is very reactive, and I think if earnings are positive, you're going to have a nice reaction, a nice push to the upside, and there might be some benefit there. Okay, let's take a look at a name that was very resilient today. It had definitely is moving all by itself at this point, and that is HIMS. And let me take a note here. I just made a mess. Okay, look at this chart. So while we were right here around the neckline on this double bottom, I was telling you that I was getting into HIMS. I did get in on this candle right here, I believe. The reasoning behind that is because I saw momentum breaking into this level of resistance back then at 29.7. And then I sold right on this candle right here. Was it on Friday? Yes, that was on Friday. Now this move continued going to the upside. Very nice. We are at what? 39 pretty much. So we did hit, was it 40? No, 39.75. Wow. We'll see how we do. I do think that this name, even though it looks extended at this point, RSI is overbought and the TSI and the MACD are overextended. I'm actually thinking about getting rid of the TSI on my analysis. But anyways, let's focus on this. I think this has more room. Would be fantastic if we come down into support, which I said that on my last video. I think that was on Friday or Saturday. It would be fantastic if we come down to this level and then move to the upside. But one thing that you have to notice today is that HIMS was up 4.43%. Everything, well, not everything, but a lot of these names were red. HIMS was showing an outstanding level of resilience, and that is a very good sign. I think that the market itself is quite enthusiastic about this name. I just wish, I sold my position already, but I just wish this comes down again towards 35, and then it will be another opportunity probably to buy. But if you're still holding and this is one of your positions, this is great. My price target for HIMS for this year is, and I'm being very conservative, is 75. I think we're going to hit 75 and probably go beyond that. Earnings are not coming until, I believe, next month. That is, March the 3rd. So we'll see what happens there. But a very resilient name for sure. It had relative strength compared to the rest of at least this list, which is, you have about 250 names in this list. So I was very impressed with HIMS today for sure. And this move, very solid, very consistent. Now we want to see a little bit of red. So, but still, I do believe that this has a little bit more room to continue going out, even though we're extended. This might actually continue going up a little bit more. Just be cautious, but it's looking solid. This name is looking solid. We were riding these waves for a while, and now look where we are. We are almost at 40. Quite outstanding. Now let's do. I wanna touch on. Where is okay? Right here. QQQ, and very nice. After hours, basically 0.85%. Not basically at 0.20 at 0.85%, which is right on this area right here. We got right down under this level of support at 515, 516. We got into this trend line and then rebound on it. So you're basically having a double retest on this trend line. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think that the market, if we manage to put tariffs behind us, and there's a big question mark in there as well. But if we manage to put this behind us, I think the market is going to start rallying. And I think Trump might actually give us some headlines again that are going to probably push the market to the upside. We'll see how things behave. We'll see how things happen. But having QQQ on this point on top of this level of support, we're probably going to open somewhere above this level of support right here, 515. I think that is very positive. I think that we might actually be embarking into the next leg up towards 539. It's quite interesting days. If you were trading back in 2017, 2018, you would remember how volatile things were, how wild it was and difficult it was to trade. But I think we're in a very similar time as far as how trading is behaving. But anyways, I think there's a very good possibility to continue going up. Now let's take a look at Reddit, and let me take a quick note. Look at this. We were talking about Reddit back here, and I think I mentioned Reddit the first time on the 2nd of January, which was this candle right here. We had this move, and then once we got to this point, I think I mentioned Reddit on this candle as well, which was Monday the 27th, December 27th. Let me take a look at my notes. 19th. No, it wasn't the 27th. But I definitely mentioned, wait, that was January. My bad. I was looking at December on my December notes. So January 27th. Was it? On the 25th, I mentioned it. So you were back here, somewhere around here. And then I was talking about Reddit. I shouldn't be wasting time on this on the 15th, and then back on. I think the 15th was the first time I started mentioning Reddit. So we were here on the 15th, right on this candle right here, and then we are right at this point. So we were somewhere around 169. You are now at 202. I think this move has more to give. These indicators are not extended. They're still over the zero line, which is fine, but there's no divergence or anything. I do think that there's more move to continue going up. a few more points. After hours, you're right here where the blue line is, up 3.34%. This is another name that had a lot of resilience. And so I do think that we still have more to give. I did get a position on Reddit on this candle. I got out, I believe, on this little candle right here. That was my whole position. But this definitely has more room to continue going up. RSI is not overbought, and again, the lower indicators are looking pretty good. This name definitely has more to go. Beautiful setup right here on this accumulation right here, and then you are now moving again to the upside. And let's finish this video with Tesla, which I've been doing this now for a minute. And look, this is the anchor VWAP, but yeah, and this candle is not looking too bad. You are up after hours 1.67%, 1.7%, and I'm saying it's not looking too bad. I mean, it's a minus 5% candle, but I'm saying it's not looking too bad because it could have been worse. I thought this the Tesla was gonna at least hit 365, and it was gonna have a tendency of actually going towards 330. I was a little bit afraid that was gonna happen, but it actually managed to maintain this level right on the trend line, and it seems that we might actually have a continuation towards 415. You still have some level of resistance, that you're going to encounter possibly if you're going up, which is a 30 SMA, and obviously this indicator right here, the VWAP, and then you also have this level right here at 415, which is another strong level for Tesla. These are prior all-time highs from 2021, I believe, this level right here. MACD and TSI are not looking great, but they are not looking horrible. I think that last week they were looking worse, but they still have a tendency to the downside. So be mindful of that. I do think that at this point, 365, not even this trend line, but 365 is your level of concern as far as support. But if there is more push to the upside, I do believe that we are going to continue going up. So tariffs, at least out of the news that I just read, tariffs are going to be suspended for a month or delayed for a month. And basically Trump wants to see how Canada and Mexico behave. And if they behave, if they are good kids, I guess, the tariffs are going to be postponed, I would guess, or canceled. That is actually a positive for the market. Again, we still have to handle that tariffs with China, and we'll see what other things Trump actually throws on our way. But tariffs for now were the most bearish, I guess, concern that we had, and it seems like that problem is being solved, and it's being solved way faster than what most people thought. I thought it was going to take a week, but it took, I guess, 48 hours for this to solve. So a lot of events, a lot of news, a lot of headlines, very heavy catalysts, one after another. So be careful that the market is going to be very choppy for the next few months, in my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's how it seems, at least for now. Okay, everybody, please like the videos and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.